Hello, this is OldCrowBalthazor. Welcome to Balthazar Strategic Arcana. So this is the beginning of the series that I have with Duedman with Shadows of the Tsars scenario, which is the Russian Civil War 1919-1921. Let's go. I'm going to be playing the Bolsheviks. Duedman's going to be playing the reactionary whites. This is going to be good. So there'll be a link in the description to his channel if you want to see the white point of view. Let's go ahead and just join us. I'm doing this so if anybody's not done multiplayer, this is how you use the server. So he sent me a code. Hope this is going to work. Let's try it. Wrong challenge word. Okay, let's try it again. I think it's caps. Okay. There we go. Let's do it. I'm going to be playing, I said I'm going to be playing the Bolsheviks. These are all locked in. I'm going to use 3D sprites. I use both NATO, but it looks great. These 3D sprites, I've gotten used to them. I'm a old, probably people from follow this channel know I usually use NATO. I won't slam anyone for using 3D sprites. I have an affection for them now, let's just say. Now, this scenario is intense. It is very easy because it's such a large area for both sides to forget something. So this might be a longer than usual video until we get used to the area around here. All right, here we go. Bolshevik situation report. The situation facing the Red Army. With the Great Imperialist War having to come to an end, our own war to spread the revolution is only just beginning. Under Lenin's firm political leadership and with Trotsky in charge of the Red Army, we currently control the core of Russia and its industrial heart. Against us in the east, there is Admiral Kolchak's White Army in the Urals. In the south, a massive Cossack uprising has secured the Don region for the whites. While even further south in the Caucasus, General Denikin has formed a large army that stands ready to march on Moscow. Now is the time to spread the revolution through Russia and beyond. The harder the struggle, the sooner the whites and their foreign allies will tire of it. Workers and peasants, we fight for peace, bread, and land. Let the fight begin. This is very important. Petrograd garrison report. Given increasing enemy strength in White Finland, it would be wise for us to maintain garrisons in northern Petrograd and Kalagula. That's a fortress there. By maintaining garrisons here, we may be able to discourage the growing tide of sentiment in Finland calling for a march on Petrograd. Were we to remove these garrisons, then war of Finland would be inevitable. Now, I've tested this for 3 months, and yes, it will happen fast, so you got to keep units here. So let's go take a look at the situation. We're going to be able to raise some forces pretty soon. Trotsky's going to do it for us. This is a huge area. So up here, we got the northern whites we got to deal with. There's Americans, there's British, and there's northern white Russians. Going down here, I'm going to swap out a few of these things, but we're going to do that in a little bit. We got the Estonians here. Now the Estonians and northwestern whites, so Estonians are pretty powerful. They're backed by the British, so they can be quite dangerous. The Latvians are here, but there's German units here, Free Corps. He probably will disband them, but I'm not sure. If he doesn't disband them, there'll be German units here, and British fighting spirit will go down. We got to keep an eye on that. All right, down in Poland, we're doing fine here. If Polish units get past the Red Arena, their fighting spirit will go down, so we're going to have to pay attention to that. Over here, we have a faction of Red Ukrainians. We're kind of squeezed between a rock and a hard place. I think that's a hard place. This is a rock, or vice versa. Anyway, there's white Ukrainians through here. There's going to be French that are going to be showing up in Odessa, so there's not much we can do about that. We are cut off down here, and here is a white army, southern whites, and these guys are going to be in trouble. Going to try to get this guy out. Let's go back over here to this area. This is the Machnovits. They're my anarchist friends. No, eventually there'll be a decision to liquidate them from the Reds. But we're going to use them and abuse them. They're robbers, bandits. They're Ukrainians and they're anarchists. You know, they're fellow travelers. You know, red and black flag, right? All right. So we're going to have to take Kharkov. Anyway, this is all Ukrainian land here. Now, the Southern Whites are allies with the Poles, but they're non-cooperating allies, so we're going to have to try to leverage that. Here at Astrakhan. Now, Astrakhan, I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to get something in here. This is the deal. This is the Astrakhan Cossacks. Now, if he takes Astrakhan, they will change sides, and a bunch of Astrakhan Cossack units, infantry and cavalry, will spawn there. So we're going to try to hold on to it as long as possible. And we have a little squadron here, and there's a British squadron down in Baku. And there are British units down here. If he goes north of Grozny with British units, they're strong too, because they're all veterans of World War One. Well, the public in the UK will get angry. Same in the north by Lake Onega if they go down too far south. So we got to keep an eye on that. There's going to be a variety of Caucasus, Armenians, Azerbaijani, Georgians. There are areas here though where Reds can spawn, like here at Petrovsk Port. Podiev doesn't cover it. So over here we got all kinds of Eastern Whites or Ural Whites. There's Cossack factions here, the Ural Cossacks and the Orenburg Cossacks, and then the Ural Whites. We're locked in battle here, but I'm going to have to pull back because I think our supply is terrible. So I have a variety of units. Now I don't have a lot of money right off the bat, but I'm going to go before. Let's go take a look over here. So this is going to be kind of intricate. I'm going to go into research real quick. I got to get into infantry weapons as soon as possible. I may sell that. I'm gonna have to move some units. I'm gonna keep all these ground attack. Yeah, I could get 2 recon bombers, and they're pretty important. If let's see what their tech is right now. No, I'm gonna sell it right now. We'll see. We might get back into it later. I need this money. Okay. I'm gonna keep spying intelligence. It's gonna be important. We got 2 chits in industrial tech, 2 in production, 2 in logistics. All right. Well, I got 95. I'm gonna have to wait until next turn. I gotta move some units. So let's go up to the north. Actually, let's go to Estonia. We got to get you out. Let's see here. Now I got pretty crappy generals right now. They're all 4s and 5s, but later on I can upgrade them. Got Trotsky's a 6, Budini. Budini will show up on the board if there's a decision for the horse army. It's expensive, but I will do that, so we don't need him. This is going to be our key general here in Trotsky. Fruins. So, but right now we don't have a lot of money to be doing stuff, so let's see. Let's go ahead and move you here. Okay. I can't dig yet. Okay, let's go back out here. Let's deal with this right now. I got the money. Sveshnikov. Well, when the whites finally get their act together, they're going to push up here. We don't want them getting into Voronezh or Orel or any of that, so we have to hold on to that. Let me go and set everybody's mode to assist. I'm going to leave you here. You're going to be kind of a sacrifice. This is a key town, Tsartsin. But I got to hold them off as long as possible. Let's dig here. And we only got one rail line out right now, and it could potentially get cut by the Ural Whites. Or the Ural Cossacks, anyway. So I'm going to want to swing a unit here, but I want to save these cores. These cores have a full zone of control, target type hard, and then the smaller formations. Let's see if we can find one here. Weak zone of control, target's hard though. Here's our defense values. Okay. So let's move you to Elista. I'm going to get you out. So I'm going to get you out. How much is that going to cost? 30 MPP. That's why I had to sell that tech, because he could easily get trapped down here. Now I could put up a defense here, but he's going to be able to break this, and I won't be able to get out. So it's going to be a Tolkien amount right now. So where I'm going to be weak on generals, well, a couple places, but over here. Yeah, let's stand by for we move that. Let's see here. The infantry is pretty weak, so we can help guard against the Finns. So let's see if I can rail. Whoop, can't get there. The guard that approaches is 4 MPP. Yeah, I can get in there. Okay. One area that's going to be a concern, there's whites here, and they can come down, and they could trigger, and that's a Karelian Finns. If I don't cover this, and they can pop at any time, so I'm going to rail something in there maybe. I could buy a militia. I'm not going to need this. Let's go look at our supply here. I'm still going to do that stuff in the south, but I got to coordinate all this. Okay. We don't need to rail you yet. Okay. Let's just stay here. I'm not worried here for a while. Whoops. So what it is here is a motley crew. There's Americans, there's British, and there's Northern Russians here. Northern White Russians. I'm Russian. There's a chance that something might spawn here and get behind me, so I got to keep an eye on that. But I'm going to back off. If the British come south of this line, either here at Lake Onega or here, their fighting spirit will drastically drop. Same in the Crimea, and I'll show that in a second. So we're going to, how much I got left? 91? Okay. Might as well dig for the hell of it. So we don't want to move any of these guys until I get militia units, right, which I could buy. They're cheap. We don't need that yet. We're gonna look at the production screen. Okay, so here. Let's go get that. Save this. Let's get you out. And it's going to be 30. Okay. Oh, now this packaging thing, this is a new feature of play by email. Because there were folks in the ELO tournaments that's alleging they were logging out and then logging back in, getting new intel and redoing their turns. So we might get 2 or 3 it's long. We don't need to do anything here. Let's. I'm not worried about the Latvians. Yeah, we're going to have some more forces right now. Let's do that. You just took Riga too. Now, let's go ahead and dig. Now, the Poles are weak at the beginning. They've got their hands full, but they could become a menace. They could also buy tanks. Let's get back down here now. I need something in Astrakhan. So you're not going to be able to get out of here. So let's just dig. I'm going to lose this. Hopefully maybe we'll have a good supply. Now here, he's going to move in through here. I'm not going to contest that, but I need something here. It doesn't have to be a strong unit. Just want to hold him up for a while. I don't think so. We're going to back these guys off. Let's see. How much is it going to cost to send you down to Astrakhan? Let's do that. Okay. I got to keep all the cores up here. He might move this guy out of Perm down here. The biggest threat is going to be 36. Costs 30 to move an HQ. All right. Let's move this here. Yeah, this is going to be a Zavanel attack eventually. We might be able to press them down here. It's really close. This is the thing, though. They become free units. A lot of these white factions, like all the Cossacks, as far as I know. So even if I take their capital, it's good for us. But no, this is... I think what we'll do, I'll spend this money now. Or should I send these down? I need a core. That's 19. Let's get you in here. I got 17 left. Let's put the core on the rail line. Rail line's everything. Okay. Let's see. He does have cavalry that's going to come. Let's go ahead and just entrench. He might move up, try to cut my rail lines behind me here. We are going to get a lot of units though, but he could come up here and cut. But we're safe here at Saratov. We're going to go ahead and stay. It's a core. Just get you in Kazan. He's gonna have to come here. Let's go dig. You see, there's a lot to do. Yeah, it's great. I don't really want. I'm gonna have to fight for this, but he can encroach on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get in here now and dig, and then we'll let's see. Let's go get you in Siran. Okay, so we have this HQ. We'll be able to move our leisure. We also have these guys. How much does it cost to operate? 8. Okay, yeah. All right, down here we're gonna move those units, but let me see here. There's a mine I want, but I think I'm pretty safe here. I'm going to go ahead and take the mine at Creepy Rog. Right. We want to cut this rail line off. He could send whites over here. There's going to be French showing up too. If they go out of 5 hexes of Odessa, though, their fighting spirit will disappear, and they'll leave the war pretty quick because the French people won't like it, even though the government wants to keep them there. The soldiers don't like it either. But I have, as the French. There's the packaging again. But I went and lured stuff forward just because I could kill a key anarchist in a previous game I played. Let's go ahead and he can't do much harm to me here. What's my radius here? Okay. I think we can let's just stay here for the moment. We'll keep that artillery here. So let's move you. Yeah, see, I can't get into this territory. We just took this town. Let's put you here. There, 8. We're walking down here, so I'm not worried. This could get out of hand. I still have this. We need to take Chernigov, I think. I'm not worried about here either. Yeah, it's almost certainly this is going to get cut off right here. I'm sure Duedman will figure it out. Yeah, 6 action points. They can spot 3. There is something in here. There's Ukrainians. Let's dig. Well, I probably should turn it. That's fine. What about you? Not really worried about pulls. This. Yeah, let's just get here for now. I might be able to take out Lithuania and Latvia. Alright, let's go look and see what we've done. Okay, here. Alright, we're going to pull back. We can't dig, that's fine, it's crap weather. We're falling back on better supply here. So he's going to get a little relief here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't dig, that's fine. So here's the capital here of the Eurowites. There's the Orenburg Cossacks. Eurowites. There's the Armenians, the Azerbaijanis, the British can buy Persians too. Things could pop up behind his lines here. I'll show you guys the partisan, but I still got more to do, believe it or not. So this is exposed, but I'm going to bring this all down. I don't think I don't think he can do anything here yet. No, he doesn't have enough forces here yet. That's why I'm going to try to hold on to Kharkov as long as I can in Mariupol. And we'll see what we can do. Now here, the Reds, these guys. This is a difficult situation. I think I'm going to just move you down a Stanislav. And I could go in Koval. That's 2. I could dig there, but no. I'm going to go ahead and force them to come at me. Now these Reds too, if I lose my capital, I believe that these Ukrainians, that Lwów there, if he does take this, I believe these guys will be free. Let's go look at diplomacy. Now, one thing he could do is he could eventually, if he's got enough money, and it's the British that will have money, and well, the Southern Whites is the biggest force that I have to worry about for the Whites. The Estonians are minors of the British, and they can be a handful. That's why Estonia got its independence. They liberated Latvia, so we got to be careful of that. But Finland's at 50% right now to the Whites. If the Finns get in, that's a big problem. Germany, there's a decision later on in the war whether we want to declare war on them, I believe. I know that I have to be really winning, and like I think it only triggers if it's like took Poland down. I'm not quite sure. Poland doesn't have a lot of money, but they're kind of strong. You got to watch out for the Poles. They can't take a lot of casualties though, but if they get built up, we're gonna have our hands full of them definitely. So there's that. Let's go look at the production. So we've got the Bolsheviks, the Makhnovists. They can get an armor train. Bolsheviks, I can buy a lot of trains. These things are pretty nice, except for when they get cut off. Cavalry's king, and we can buy a tank car. Now the Western or the Whites, the Southern Whites in particular, can get tanks, and so can the Poles. I think the British too, but that means he's going to be intervening somewhere. So they're real expensive, as you can see. Yeah. Yeah, I still might reinvest later if we're doing well into ground attack, because you can detrench, but got to have level 2 to do that. Artillery, yeah. Could get into that, but I don't think it's going to be real useful for me or anti-air. But the cavalry definitely, and of course the corps. These are the strongest units. So let's go out to sea here. Now there's going to be a British flotilla here. If he gets right in here, he can start bringing down our FS. What do we got here? Oh yeah, pre-dreadnought. was Volbina. So that's a dreadnought. Okay, I'm used to NATO or Kirk 23s. What do we got here? Oh, it's a destroyer. Well, let's go ahead. Let's sneak on out. Yeah. Let's go look at research again. So I got to get into this. I want to get into command control. I want to get into infantry warfare. Definitely. The rest of this, maybe this, and then mobility is kind of expensive for the upgrades, but it might be handy. But mobility is going to be my cavalry. So anyway, this is key here. This and this. At least we're going to strive to do that. Depends on the situation. I'm going to have to cover this. I'm not too worried about that yet. I think probably. Let me go ahead and. Whoop. Yeah, I've been waiting to do this, and contacted Duedman last night. I said it's just the DLC just released yesterday. Whoop. And I contacted him because we want to play a match again for a long time, so I want to entertain you guys. I told him, hey, I'm full of communist smack talk. Don't be offended. He goes, we want to entertain everybody. I'll save some of the best for later. All right, so we did that. Now we're packaging one more time. Yeah, someone went out on the forums and go, what's going on? Let's put you in Moscow. Let me go take a look at the situation here. It's fascinating. The weather's going to change too. And I'm going to have my hands full of white Cossacks. These guys. And there's going to be more, I'm certain. And they'll get around behind me. So again, I've got to be careful. There's a Cossack unit right here. I'm just wondering. Where is that? That's Tambov. Oh yeah, here's Voronezh. Can I get into Voronezh? Let's just get behind right here right now. Let's go look up here again. Yeah, I'm going to release you off of here. Yeah, so yeah, again, check Duedman's channel. You're going to see a myriad amount of different factions that he's got to control and organize. It's going to be great. I'm wondering what he's going to do. He has a whole bunch of different things he can do, but he definitely needs to clear this out. He needs to take Tsar. Could have railed this guy out again, but I don't want him to just walk in. So they're hunkered down. They got a supply of 8, so they're going to be hold. This is a little weak right here. Not to worry about. I'm going to be sending Reds down here. We're going to try to cover this. But right now we're going to go Maraud. I think that's it. Let's go look over here again. We're going to get a bunch of units. Yeah, that Estonian was isolated. We've been cut off. But I don't want them getting in here. So we're weak here for the moment. But they're weak too. There's Lithuanians here and a couple Latvian. Well, free corps are Germans. Well, there's a Latvian unit too, but we'll see what he does. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and turn. Political pressure builds to bring American troops home. Latvia moves government to Lapizia. That's because we just occupied Riga. Okay. Chairman of the Council of People's Commissars, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. There are significant numbers of revolutionaries at Saratov and Kazan, far to the southeast of Moscow. If armed, organized, and placed under party control, they could help establish our power in this region. We could form these volunteers in 2 divisions that cost 50 MPPs. Would you like to authorize the formation of these units? Yeah, I think so. Saying yes will result in formation 2 division units full strength. Oh, and they're full strength? Yeah. And we need them over there. They got weak zones of control, but yeah, we're gonna have to cover towns because we're gonna have white marauders all over the place pretty soon. So yes. All right. Good. He's on a railroad too. Yeah, we need one there. Okay, that's great. Oh, Revolutionary War Council, the Makhnovist Revolutionary Insurrection Army of Ukraine, aka anarchists, black flaggers. Now that the Makhnovists are at war with the whites, we need to decide on our strategy. One option is to use all the Makhnovist insurgent divisions as regular forces to serve in the field against the enemy. Alternatively, it has been suggested by some delegates that we form small partisan detachments to launch hit and run attacks behind enemy lines and to spread anarchist ideas among the peasants. Anarchist ideas? We want a central government. We want a strong government in the center. I think that we've got allies with some criminals. Let's see. Would you like to approve the suggestion to launch guerrilla attacks to further the revolution? Yes. Or would you rather form these groups into a regular division for service in the field? No. Saying yes to the decision will result in white units near Mariupol periodically suffering damage and demoralization as a result of the Makhnovist guerrilla attacks. If you say no to the decision, a new Makhnovist division will play in Mariupol immediately. Ooh. I don't know what the radius is, but you know what? I'm going to take that division. I'm going to take the division. Makhnovist increase the regular forces. Yeah, you've seen a lot of red and black flags in Seattle and down in Central America in the 80s as anarchists, left anarchists, or anarchists are allied with the communists and Marxists. Yeah. Russia winter strikes. General strike triggers the Spartacus uprising in Berlin. The Irish Civil War begins as nationalists declare independence. So World War I ends and the Greater War begins. It just spreads. The Greater Poland uprising begins in the Poznan area. Once this gets resolved, there's going to be a bunch of Poles showing up from Silesia. Polish and Czech forces clash in Silesia. Well, on the German frontier and in Silesia, the Czechs. Winston Churchill calls for British troops to intervene in Russia. They're already here. The Bolshevik fleet sorties ready for battle. Alexander Kolchak is named Supreme Ruler of Russia. Oh, he's got mud. You got 325 MPP, minus 50 for new units at Kazan and Saratov. But, yeah. So anyway. Well, this is OldCrowBalthazor. Thanks for watching. Check out Duedman's channel. We're going to have a grand old time. This is a great scenario. I just love it. I spent 3 or 4 months with this thing before it got released. So there's that. And yeah, there's all kinds of things that could happen here, and especially playing Duedman. If you're going to watch what he does as a bonus. All right. Well, we'll see you guys later. I'm gone.